Hello everyone. Welcome again to our series India After Independence. Let's continue. Atmosphere with Pakistan seemed cordial as Vajpayee government initiated talks and started bus diplomacy. Pakistan on the other hand was sending its troops and mujahideens to infiltrate into India. When snow started to melt in summer of 1999, it was discovered that Pakistani infiltrators have intruded deep into LOC and even occupied several strategic peaks in Kargil area. India mounted a massive counter-offensive from a disadvantaged military position. Pleasantly, surprisingly, international opinion was in favor of India, and even countries like the US, China, and European Union condemned Pakistani aggression. The US stance could be partially explained by growing threat of Islamic terrorism. China's sea in India are ally against growing hegemony of the US, which was witnessed during India's criticism of the US in Kosovo crisis. In Pakistan, fallout of the Kargil war was removal of Nawaz Sharif by General Musharraf, and it became apparent that Kargil conspiracy was largely hedged by the army establishment, keeping the low political bosses in the dark. In spite of such a betrayal, India invited Pakistani President Musharraf to Agra summit in 2001. Vajpayee wanted to make talks broad based, but Musharraf wanted to focus on Kashmir only. Musharraf utilized the limelight to drive home the point that insurgency in Kashmir is basically an indigenous freedom struggle. Indian credibility vis-a-vis Kashmir increases considerably when free elections were held in 2002. Sanctions imposed by the United States on India were gradually revoked in wake of new global dynamics post 9/11 attacks, and the dialogue also moved in the direction of civil nuclear deal and 123 agreement and high-tech trade. In 2005, after extensive negotiation, the US agreed to tinker domestic laws and international regimes to enable full civilian nuclear cooperation with India. India in turn agreed to separate its civilian and military nuclear program and place its civil nuclear facilities under watch of IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency, continue its self-declared moratorium on test and also ensure non-proliferation. Concerns were raised that if India suspended its voluntary moratorium, the US will immediately stop all the help and will even ask for return of material that it had earlier supplied. It was also argued that civil and nuclear program cannot be separated. However, government argued that the deal is crucial to meet burgeoning energy needs of India, and by this agreement, India was de facto accepted as a nuclear weapon state. Further, the agreement provided advanced rights of reprocessing India was also guaranteed of assured fuel supply and strategic fuel reserve. The US also assured that it will not hinder the growth of India's nuclear weapon program. Problems of northeastern states. In the northeast, regional aspirations reached a turning point in 1980. This region now consists of seven states, also referred to as the Seven Sisters. A small corridor of about 22 kilometers connects the Ryan to the rest of the country. Tripura, Manipur, and Khasi Hills of Meghalaya were erstwhile princely states which merged with India after independence. The entire Ryan of Northeast has undergone considerable political reorganization. Nagaland state was created in 1960, Meghalaya, Manipur, and Tripura in 1972, with Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram become separate states only in 1986. The partition of India in 1947 had reduced the northeast to a landlocked region and affected its economy. Cut off from the rest of India, the region suffered neglect in development terms. Its politics too remained insulated. At the same time, most states in this region underwent major demographic changes due to influx of migrants from neighboring states and countries. People of Assam also felt robbed as huge mineral, oil, and forest resources were appropriated by the center and outsiders, but little share was given to the state. The isolation of the region, its complex social character, and its backwardness compared to other parts of the country have all resulted in the complicated set of demands from different states of the Northeast. The vast international border and weak communication between the Northeast and the rest of the India have further added to the delicate nature of politics there. Problem in Assam became even more acute after 1971 war, which saw huge influx of refugees in Assam who gradually become permanent residents and were even issued voter cards and ration cards. Three issues dominate the politics of Northeast. We will discuss it in the next podcast. Thank you.